The Senate will begin voting tomorrow on foreign aid legislation passed by the House on Saturday.
The $95 billion package includes aid for Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. Neither the House nor the Senate are in session today. President Biden is urging Congress to get the legislation passed in order to get it on his desk as soon as possible. House Speaker Mike Johnson went through with Saturday's vote despite backlash from some members of his party. This decision to support the bipartisan legislation could actually pose a threat to the future of his speakership.
Nikole Killion is on Capitol Hill. So, Nikole, how soon could the Senate get this legislation that it passed and send it over to President Biden for his signature?
Well, as you mentioned, the Senate is expected to take this up tomorrow, and I would expect they'll move through it in relatively short order. Keep in mind, all the senators are having to come back to do this because technically they are off this week. So if you think about your day off, if you have to do something at work, you try to be in and out. So we expect the Senate to kind of take that same approach. Whether it gets done on Tuesday or on Wednesday remains to be seen, but it likely will take a matter of about 24 hours or so at best. And that is really because the step that they have to take is to advance this procedurally, which sets up a period of debate upwards of 30 hours. Whether or not they use all that time, though, is unlikely, again, since they'll be coming in on their week off.
And Nikole, as we just teased, I mean, there's a lot of talk about how the passage of these foreign aid bills could jeopardize the leadership position for the speaker. So, I mean, would it make a difference whether or not they pass, or is it too late and he's still going to be challenged regardless?
Well, at this point, what happens in the Senate really unlikely has no bearing on what happens over in the House. I mean, you know, the Senate had made clear this is essentially the House sending the Senate bill back over to the House. The House split it up into 4 different pieces: Ukraine, the Indo-Pacific, Israel, as well as this companion bill that includes other national security priorities, including a potential ban of TikTok. So Leader Schumer has made clear that he's going to try to clear this as soon as possible and get it to the president. But in terms of the dynamic on the House, I mean, you know, the damage has already been done in the simple fact that the House has already approved this quartet of bills, much to the ire of people like Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congressman Tom Massey, and others who are starting to voice their dissatisfaction with the Speaker. In fact, Congresswoman Greene just today renewed her calls that there should be a new Speaker. You know, it's not just this issue of passing Ukraine aid. Some of these Republicans are also upset in the way that the Speaker handled the situation with government funding a few weeks back, and the fact that time and again he has to rely on Democratic votes many times to get some of this legislation cleared. These Republicans really don't like that. That's why they are calling for his ouster. But in this instance, it may be Democrats who have to come to the Speaker's rescue should Congresswoman Greene move ahead with her motion to vacate.
All right, Nikole Killion, thank you so much.
You bet.